The wings of Mango Airlines could be clipped temporarily. That's if the airline does not pay millions owed to creditors. The creditors are threatening to ground all Mango planes from the 1st of May unless the Public Enterprises Department coughs up. eNCA has now seen an internal notice that was sent to staff. Now, in that notice, the airline's management says that the money has been promised since January of this year, but there's been nothing to show for it yet. Tracking the story for us is eNCA's Heidi Jakos, joining me live now from our Hyde Park studios. And Heidi, let's talk about what exactly this notice says about the dire financial situation at Mango.
Yes, indeed, Tembekile. We got this internal notice that was circulated to executives as well as staff at Mango. Of course, you can see a lot of panic in the email about the dire financial situation at Mango. One must remember that it is a subsidiary of SAA, and it seems as though there has been a deadline for the 30th of April from creditors, indicating that if they do not get paid, they have given an ultimatum to Mango to say if they do not get their money, they will ground the aircraft at Mango. If I can just read parts of the email, Tembekile, we do understand that they were expecting funding from last year. They were promised funding, and with the budget approval in October 2020, January 2021 was given as a target to receive the funds. At the beginning of April, they were informed that Mango will only receive funds in June 2021. This, of course, put Mango in a very difficult situation as it relates to further extension from creditors who could not wait any longer to get paid. As I mentioned, they've now put down an ultimatum, which of course creates panic and anxiety, because as of 1st of May, if they do not pay these creditors, that ultimatum will kick in and those planes will be grounded.
And of course, all of this now is dependent on money that Mango is hoping to get from government via the Public Enterprises Department, but also the fortunes of the low-cost area, or carrier, I beg your pardon, are intertwined with those of SAA to a degree. What are those two places saying?
Yes, it's crucial, Tembekile, to actually understand the role that Mango plays when it comes to the national carrier SAA itself. One must remember that when SAA went on strike, Mango picked up the weight of those flights that SAA could not carry. When SAA went into business rescue and suspended a number of routes and flights as they deemed them unprofitable and not viable enough for SAA to carry, this is when Mango took up that weight and those flights. So it's going to be a difficult one for Mango to try and navigate through this should the money not come through. But the Department of Public Enterprises indicated to us late last night that they are indeed with conversations with the Mango board and the interim SAA board about repositioning the subsidiaries in light of the delayed funding. That was the one line that we got. So they of course do acknowledge the fact that funding has been delayed. This is impacting operations at Mango. But our business editor, Devin Morgan, got a chance to speak to the interim CEO, who was unable to provide the clarity that we are seeking, but says that there are ongoing discussions and they are at a sensitive stage. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Yes, it's quite a difficult position to be in as well. And as you rightfully say so, what we have done as an SAA board is that we'll give the Mango management and the board an opportunity to look at that particular situation, and then a proper feedback will be provided whenever there's clarity there. But from our side, yes, it gives us a bit of a hurdle to jump over. But in the next coming weeks or so, we will definitely be, in contact with our colleagues there, just to see how we then strategize going forward as well. As you can appreciate that this is something that just happened recently. We still need to sit down, assess, and come back with a proper plan of how do we then react to this particular unfortunate news.
The new man in charge of SAA speaking there earlier to eNCA business anchor Devin Morgan. And Heidi, the big question as relates to SAA specifically is, when will the rejigged national carrier actually fly again?
Yes, Tembekile, I just want to add that I am very glad I do not have the new interim CEO's job. It's going to be quite a stressful one for him, given all the hurdles that SAA currently faces. But according to the interim CEO, he is saying that hopefully by July, August this year, the national carrier will take to the skies again. Of course, it has not been flying for months now, and there are issues that the national carrier is facing. For example, it's still in business rescue. There's a strike that's currently ongoing with the pilots. Pilots need to be trained. They need to find an equity partner. So there's still a lot that needs to be done, but it seems as though the interim CEO is confident that by July, August, they should be ready for SAA to take to the skies again. Let's listen to him once more.
My second week in the job, and the assessment we've made with the team and the board as well, we're looking at around about July or August or so. However, I must say that there are some complexities around that, as it is dependent on, we know we've got our pilots that are on strike. We need to work hard in making sure that we resolve that particular stalemate, and also the compliance environment as well. As you know very well that we have not been flying for quite some time. So we are working around the clock to make sure that the compliance environment is ready. And indeed, we're looking at about July, August this year.
Many thanks to eNCA reporter Heidi Jokos updating us on the latest related to Mango and South African Airways.